I'm just looking at the link so I can send it to
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to an Into the Music hangout. We're just going to chill tonight. I've got with me Nick and Sandi from Arilya. How are you guys doing tonight?
We are doing very well. Super excited.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been a while. I had you guys on the show back in November of 23. And man, it's time flies. What's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, since 23, we have been doing a lot of gigs. I think we did like 50 something in 24, and then in 25 we
66.
did like 60 something.
Yeah.
So we've been putting a lot of our time into our live show and making that better, and it's been super fun. Yeah, we've gotten to tour around the state a little bit, done a lot in Green Bay, some in Appleton, Madison, Milwaukee, some north of here. So just kind of all over. It's
all over Wisconsin.
We got Zach checking in, saying hi to Sandi.
That's her cousin.
Hey, Zach. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome. Everybody, please check in and let us know you're out there. And, if you've got questions, if you got comments as we go along the way, we've got Alec Johnson in the house.
Hey, Alec. Yeah, we know Alec.
Welcome.
He's a good friend of ours and a fellow musician.
Cool.
So,
fellow musicians are more than welcome here.
Yeah.
So let's, one thing I want to, I guess, really kind of put out there right off the bat. You guys got a huge gig coming up this weekend.
We do.
Yes. We are very excited. We get to play at the Epic Event Center in Green Bay, which is an amazing venue, super big and very exciting. We're going to be opening for Matthew and Gunnar Nelson, which are the sons of Ricky Nelson.
And the grandsons of Ozzy and Harriet, which is what my mom knew the best because she's a big TV Land Nick at Night person. So my stepdad was always, for as long as I've been playing guitar and I talked about the Beatles, for some reason my stepdad Kenny, he would always go, who else was really good was Ricky Nelson. He was like my favorite back then. Yeah, like every single time we talked about music, like, who else is good is Ricky Nelson. So I thought that he was going to go nuts, and he was very excited. But as soon as I told my mom, like, oh, we're opening up for the grandsons of Ozzy and Harriet Nelson, she lost her mind. And like, I think I have the text message, but there's like so many exclamation points in it. Or even once we didn't know for sure if we were going to get the gig or not. Once I told her, like, there's a chance this could happen. I was like, oh, they were in Ozzy. Their parents were Ozzy and Harriet, or grandparents were Ozzy and Harriet too. She was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then once I told her, she like lost what we got for sure. She was super, super hyper about it. And yeah, their aunt was also on Mork and Mindy, which is a show in the 70s. And
who's their aunt?
Oh, I just heard her name too.
Wasn't Pam Dauber, was it?
Yes.
Oh, seriously?
And their
uncle is Gibbs
from NCIS.
I found that out.
Yeah.
Mark Harmon and Pam Dauber, they were a couple. That's right.
Yeah, he was the dad on Freaky Friday too.
Yes, I knew that right away. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, that's the dad from Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. We've got some others in the house here tonight. We've got Casey with us.
Hey, Casey.
Hello.
Welcome.
Kathy Vorpal.
That's Mom.
Hey, Kathy. Love you.
Casey's actually, it sounds like he's going to be running sound for us, which is cool. We went back when we were doing worship. He was Sometimes he was in the band, sometimes he was on projector, but he was
Sound.
a lot of times he was sound, so he's probably run sound for us literally 500, 600 times minimum.
Epic Center sounds
So,
epic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading Casey's comment. I saw it pop up.
So we got all of our friends coming on.
Go back to that one.
There we go. It is going to be epic. We're super excited. Like,
Yep.
really, really excited. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
The chat is active tonight. I will do my best to get them up there, but
Perfect. Yeah.
heck yeah.
Yeah, I hope to see you there, Alex. That would be sweet. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a videographer there with us too, filming. So we'll get to post some highlights from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're very, very excited.
Oh man. So this is quite the gig then. And it's I don't know, folks, if you're watching out there, you may be of that era where you've heard Ricky Nelson or watched Ozzy and Harriet back in the day. My remembrance of Ricky Nelson is actually from the early 70s. My oldest brother brought home a 45 of his song Garden Party.
Mm.
And that's my recollection of Ricky Nelson, not the stuff he did back in the late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
So yeah, it's more modernized.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, like I recognized a bunch of it because I didn't know him super, super well. I kind of knew him like kind of from like a historical perspective.
Yeah.
But what I recognized once I started listening to Spotify, I'd be like, okay, who what songs? I'm sure I've heard him. But I recognized him from, I used to work at a supper club in Bondwell, and they used to always play just like old country or old, really, really like early rock and roll stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, as soon as I heard like my Rifle My Pony and Me was like the one I was like, oh, I've heard that song. And like there was a couple other ones, but he was really kind of at like the early crossroads of where blues and doo-wop and rock and rockabilly, like where they were all in country, where they were all kind of the same thing, but like it was where rock and roll was really trying to figure itself out. And also how it was like top 40 at the same time. So it was really kind of like this weird crossroads, and like all those genres kind of split off after that. But
right.
Mm-hmm. So that was cool. It was cool to kind of hear like where that all kind of came from. And then his sons were kind of Matthew and Gunnar, who we're playing for. Like it just kind of seems like a lot of the stuff that they did was kind of just like they were a little bit behind the curve, like not like with experience or with like skill or anything like that, but just kind of like, oh, if you guys had signed with this record label like 2 years earlier, like we could be having a whole different conversation,
Yeah.
So, but
my wife was telling me that when she lived in Florida, and I can't remember how long ago this was, I think it was in the 90s. Isn't that when they hit?
Yeah, like they had been doing stuff in like the mid 80s, and they kind of signed their record deal like I think like
early 90s,
like 4 months before grunge kind of really came out in the mainstream. Because so Nevermind, the album, it actually came out on Sandi's exact birthday, which is pretty cool. But that was September of 91, and they had signed I think like 3 months before that, saying, "Hey, we're like this hair rock, hair metal thing."
Timing is everything.
I'm always drinking coffee, Casey. Yeah, there you go.
So when they were actually on their upward trajectory, I think it was, she saw that she lived in Florida and they were playing boy, somewhere down there. So she got to see them like when they were just maybe on their upward trajectory or even at what might be considered their peak. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of their footage. It's cool that they're still um it seems like they're still getting pretty good crowds once they tour under Nelson, like as the full band.
yeah.
Because they were just in Minnesota in August at some kind of like state fair or festival or something, and they had a whole big crowd there. And at first, like I'm just so used to seeing cover bands at this point that like my mind just kind of like was kind of like I can't talk was just automatically was just like, oh yeah, they're doing covers, so like that makes sense. They've probably been doing it for 40 years. And I was like, oh no, this is the band you're opening for. I was like, oh, so all those people are there for their music. Like that's crazy that this band that like was kind of underrated and kind of just came out at the wrong time, still drawing in that number of people and is still doing stuff and still getting songs on TV and all that stuff. So
Yeah. When as you've been checking them out, I mean, are they doing their dad's material as well? I mean, do they do a little tribute to him?
So they do. It seems like they kind of like So they're doing an acoustic show with us, and I've tried finding some stuff. I haven't come across exactly what that looks like yet. But it looks like they kind of do things like under a couple different names or a couple different acts. So Nelson is kind of like their full band, like hair metal, hair pop kind of thing. Once they do acoustic, they just go under their own names, and then they do a tribute act to their dad. And they also wrote like a book, a memoir about him or about them and him that they just recently released. So I'm kind of expecting that
Could be a mixture.
It'll probably be a mixture of everything. It'll probably be like I wouldn't be surprised to hear some of his songs done their way, and then also Nelson's songs done acoustically, and then whatever else. Like they had a song in a video game that I grew up with, which was super cool. They had
in a TV show.
Yeah, Peacemaker, which is a huge DC show right now. John Cena. And he even in the music video he had like a joke about them, like, oh, Nelson's playing. Oh, they're so underrated. Let's go. And like it's a superhero show. They're on a boardwalk listening to Nelson. So yeah.
Yeah. So talking about gigs and you guys, now you've got something coming up at a new venue in Madison. What's that about?
Yes, that's called
Roxy.
Roxy Music.
Yeah.
I think it just opened like end of last summer. And so yeah, we're excited to go check that out. We're playing there in March, I think.
Yeah, I'll get the exact date before we
look it up. But yeah, so it's like a new bar music venue, I believe. A lot of like college aged people. I mean, it's Madison. So I think that's kind of what they're expecting, but
and kind of getting a little bit away from kind of like the cover, like I want to say like we're definitely going to do a bunch of covers at it, but like kind of like the routine of like cover band stuff where it's like 45 on, 10 minutes off, and like that kind of whole thing. Like it seems like it's a venue it's there for music, not for where you are background music.
Yeah, they have like their own sound system and sound guy.
They're approaching it like a kind of like a small club, which is cool because we don't get to play a ton of those anymore.
Yeah, so
we're trying to kind of get back into that. So
that's what we're excited for.
Yeah,
we are playing there on March 27th.
March 27th.
All righty. Well, folks, you got it. If you're in Madison, go to the Roxy on March 27th to catch Arilya.
Yes,
full band. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
We need to tell the band that.
We need to know. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of actually full band gigs scheduled already for this year. We had to play at Pet Skull Brewing for the first time. That's in Manitowoc. That's another one we're looking forward to.
Yeah. And Howard Commons we just got today. That'll be a big one. So
yeah, it's an amphitheater.
And probably be back at Summerfest, it sounds like. We have to kind of confirm that, but it sounds about 60% sure that we'll be there, if not 70. I have to follow up an email.
That would be fun to go back.
Well, I just put your website up in the chat, and so folks can go check that out, check out your schedule, and see what's up with you folks. And
yeah, we're adding shows all the time. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Howard Commons is I like the Howard Commons.
Yeah.
That is you go there on a nice place and settle in, or on a nice day, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just settle in, grab a beverage and just enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
really
it's
nice.
we did one at, is it called Shattuck Park?
Shattuck Park in Appleton.
Nino.
Nino,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a pretty big one. That one was super
That
fun.
was fun.
So I think it'll be kind of similar to that, where it's kind of like a bring your own lawn chair and set up on the.
Yeah, we have
patio
another
and-
one in Crivets this summer that'll probably be like that too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Forward to. Bob Burnt Theater.
Bob Brent Theater.
That one's
So-
in July
Okay.
19th.
Cool. So another thing that you kind of tipped me off to is that you guys are working on a single right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are. We could play it if you want.
We can talk about it first.
What's that?
We could talk about it a little bit first, or whatever you want.
Sure. Well, yeah, let's dig in a little bit. And what's going on with this? What's the title? And
Yeah, it's so we're kind of trying to figure out like exactly. We've been focused so much on like cover music for the last year or two that we're kind of trying to figure out like kind of who we are like with originals again. And I'm assuming you mean Door County, District of Columbia.
Oh, we got booked at Stone Harbor
and Sturgeon Bay. Yep, that's February something.
21st.
But I don't think we're playing Minnesota anytime soon, Zach.
Unfortunately, but we'd like to go. Well,
anyways, so original music. So we're kind of trying to figure out like kind of who we are and like what we're writing about and stuff. And the first kind of thing that kind of came to me was this one. We've had it for a little bit. We've kind of been trying to perfect it a little bit.
mm-hmm.
It's called Drive You Home. And we kind of opened up like what we're kind of trying to write about. And so because for a while we were trying to do kind of like the contemporary thing. And now it's kind of going a little bit more rock and a little bit more personal and kind of going back on mine and Sandy's history a little bit. So this goes back, the story behind it kind of goes way back to before me and Sandy were dating. And we had been in this band once we were teenagers together. Casey, Sandy's brother, was in it with us, and like that was like our whole lives. And actually, John, who's in 7,000 Apart, we were playing a show with him and his first band that was called Sanctify, and it was actually about this time of year. It was like February something. And it was like the worst snowstorm of the year. We were driving, and Sandy had her parents' minivan that was packed with all this amps and guitars and drums and all this music junk. And like our parents had like warned us, like, get in the car and get home as soon as you're done playing because it's bad out there.
I'm pretty sure we went to Taco Bell.
that would track.
Like, I'm pretty sure we did. I could be wrong.
Like, oh man, we're gonna have to hurry through the drive-through. The roads are getting bad.
Need a run for the border, eh?
Yeah. So we went there and then we drove home. And
That's true, Casey.
yeah.
Even more music equipment.
No, back then we didn't have good music equipment, so it was
Yeah,
probably
that's true. We were teenagers.
Yeah. but so we were driving back.
I knew it. I had a feeling. I'm pretty sure we went to Taco Bell.
This is the problem with having friends that last your whole life, is they have all the dirt on you. And now my generation, everybody has smartphones or flip phones or whatever to trace it. So, so anyways, we were driving back.
With that, Nick, that remember the internet is forever.
Yeah, that's why my Facebook posting has gone down over the years.
But asking for the pictures.
So we were driving back on 21 or 29, and Casey took his own car. Me and her were in the van. We had always been friends at this point. We ended up sliding through the ditch. We really thought the whole van was going to flip and like everything like that was going to be it.
It was like through the median,
like at 50 miles an hour. And
I don't know if it was
okay.
something like that. It wasn't super fast, but
it was pretty fast. It wasn't like a 5 mile an hour fender bender, but it was pretty scary. And like it like I don't know, like all of a sudden, like after that, we got really, really close, and I realized like, oh crap, I kind of love her and stuff. And so then fast forward a few months, the band's breaking up. She's going to go to Florida and go to college and be this successful music business person, music performance major. And I'm, hey, Nate. Oh, that's super cool. Nice to you.
Hey, man.
He's a friend from Connecticut. He's a super great photographer and graphic design artist. So it's a good
From
friend.
Connecticut, eh?
Yes, sir.
My wife is from Stamford.
Oh, there you go. I think he's in Hartford, if I know my Connecticut town names.
I don't.
But that's actually perfect because the song that we're introducing, Nate actually did the artwork for. So we even had that done already, and he did a great job with it. But anyways, so band's breaking up. She's going to Florida. And the whole time I'm like, do I tell her how I feel about her? Do I, is it going to make things weird? Is it going to make her stay? Is it going to make her leave tonight instead of tomorrow? Like, like what do I do? And I guess I had just repressed those feelings for 12 years or whatever, because we were in the middle of doing all the cover stuff, and like this song just kind of came to me in like 10 minutes, and I had the whole thing. I think I wrote it on the way to a gig and like did like voice memos and told people to write things down for me, and we had that song. So yeah, it's called Drive You Home. And it's not about the car accident that led to it. It's about me driving her the last night that we were going to hang out, possibly ever, and wondering
Before
if I
went to school.
Yeah, wondering if I was ever going to see her again and hang out, and if we were ever going to actually date and stuff. So yeah.
And at that point, he did not tell me.
No, by
that
checking
he
it
had
out.
feelings for
No.
me. It was a while later.
Yeah. Yeah, I was super smooth. But if you like knocking it out.
Sure. I might just let you play it. And I'll sing it.
Yeah, I'm going to mute my mic here, and so that you get the clean signal.
Is it in tune?
Yep, sounds like it.
Perfect.
Rob, you want to give me a thumbs up if you can hear that? Okay. He's gone.
People can just type in the chat.
Yeah. If you can't hear it, I guess just message me in the private chat, and we'll try to fix it or whatever.
No, we got you.
Okay, cool. Yep, sounds good. I'm going to call an audible and use a capo because I have a blister right on my barcode finger. Sorry.
Late at night, this highway's never seemed so empty. Don't know why this sickness longs just to break. If you asked, I don't think I'd admit it. All I want is to stretch out the minutes. Oh, all I want is one more night with you sitting at my side. I know it's kinda cliche, don't know what else I can say. If you ask, I'd say I'm fine. Would you think that it's a lie? All I know is I don't wanna drive home. I don't wanna drive home. It's our last night before you run off and forget me. I'd come along if I could get you to let me. Oh, all I want is one more night with you sitting at my side. I know it's kinda cliche, don't know what else I can say. If you ask, I'd say I'm fine. Would you think that it's a lie? All I know is I don't wanna drive you home. I don't wanna drive you home. Oh, trying to find excuses, I search but it's no use. When I look at you, I can't let you go. Wonder if I can fake it, pretend to miss your exit. We don't go together, I don't wanna leave at all. Oh, all I want is one more night with you sitting at my side. I know it's kinda cliche, don't know what else I can say. If you ask, I'd say I'm fine. Would you think that it's a lie? All I know is I don't wanna drive home. I don't wanna drive home. I don't wanna drive home.
Very good. Woo! I should have teed up my applause on my here. And I got this is the stupid thing. I wish I could show you my Gigcaster that I do my pod or the live streaming and podcasting through, but it's got 8 different colored buttons, and I've never labeled them as to what sound effect on each. And I dare not press the wrong one because it's either going to be something stupid. I know I'm not going to hit the applause button.
I would have some.
Here, let's have a little fun here.
Yeah, let's just play Russian roulette a little bit.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Oh, that was a sound effect for the Christmas special in 2024. Let's see here. There we go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, we had all sorts of stuff going on in the chat. I didn't want to put it on the screen. I
Yeah.
didn't want to throw you guys off, but Casey, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Casey.
Alec,
Thanks,
cool.
Alec.
Verdict's in.
Aw.
there you go.
Nice.
Aw.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. This is sweet.
Casey,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Zach. That's really funny.
Nice. Thank you, guys. This is sweet. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Let's
Wow.
go. Yippee.
They were very active.
Yeah.
okay, well, I guess.
Do it. Let's see what you got.
No, God! Oh, God, please, no! No! No!
That would have been a bad one, actually.
We might have felt bad
Yeah.
after that.
Oh, let's see here.
And there was much rejoicing.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's it.
All right, that was fun.
If I come across dumb stuff that I think would work well along the way, I just add it in and
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so fun.
I put pictures of it too at
We
the
should
Comedy
get-
Fest.
We
Remember?
should get something for Twitch
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we've been Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
We could use
Thank you, Kathy.
some sound effects and stuff, but Casey's
We're
gonna
in
help us.
Minnesota.
I don't think we're playing in Minnesota anytime soon, Zach.
so
have-
so when you guys stream on Twitch,
Mhm.
are you using a unit similar to this? I mean, do you got a Rodecaster or Gigcaster or anything?
So we're pretty bare bones right now with it.
Mhm.
We're basically, I just got a gaming PC, so we basically just been doing everything off that.
Mhm.
And we were using just, I think, headsets. We have a like an Elgato face cam that we're using right now. And that seems to be, this is the first I never even tested with a Mac, so I'm glad that's working. But that works pretty well. Right now we're doing, we're streaming like gaming and just like updates and stuff like that. But the
Bless you, Casey.
There we go.
but but yeah, the plan is I need to figure out exactly how all the technical stuff is going to work, but eventually we're going to stream like our live loop set, like actual us playing music and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Rehearsals, learning songs on the spot.
yeah, kind of just a little bit of everything. Maybe try to do some loop requests.
Yeah. We get a firsthand view of the creative process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Good practice for us and gets us in front of an audience that we normally wouldn't get in front of. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we're probably gonna use like our digital mixer for that and
Sure.
get like a light show going a little bit down there because we I don't think we're gonna have time on Saturday.
Maybe. We don't have to be to the gig until
No. They're both pretty hyperactive people, Casey and Sandi. So like you get the two of them together.
Okay,
And,
sorry. We have fun.
but what was I saying? Oh yeah, live stream. I think that's where I was at. I don't know.
Yeah. It gets us in front of an audience that we aren't normally
Yeah.
in front of them.
Yeah.
And we have fun. It's just fun.
Yeah,
And chill.
me and her started gaming together kind of during like right before COVID and definitely during COVID. And we had a lot of fun with it and we had a lot of stupid things happen in the game. I was like, oh, this would be funny to kind of,
Mm-hmm.
share with people and kind of let them see that kind of side of things and,
Get
do
to
that.
know us and our personalities. And
yeah. And show off a loop set because we've spent a lot of time figuring out how to do all of our live looping stuff and be nice to kind of be able to kind of show it off a little bit more.
yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Cool. I gotta admit, I was sitting here watching you guys do the song, and I'm like, you got these 4 English guys sitting right behind you. You think they could join in?
I know, right? If only.
We just hung
You
that
know,
up.
I don't want this excuse 2 of them are dead. I mean, that's
Yeah. I mean, I would sell for Paul McCartney. That's totally
Oh,
fine.
that is so cool.
Yeah.
so. You know, it's interesting. Tomorrow, I don't know what you guys are doing for, who's if you've got new, because you and I were chatting or texting a little bit
Yeah.
earlier tonight, and you said something about new influences, and it made me think. Now tomorrow I've got a new show dropping. So 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah, technically tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So is when the new show drops. And I've got his name is Noah Litt, and he fronts a band in Austin, Texas called Grackles.
Okay.
And I swear this band, what they do, I mean, if you take if you kind of did an amalgamation of music styles that would hit in Austin, Texas over the last 75 years, these guys are it. And it is so cool. And they've got such this retro organic vibe to them that is incredible. I just, when I was listening to their material, man, I was just blown away. It's so different from what everybody else is doing, but it's so accessible.
Yeah.
At the same time. So folks, go tomorrow. I'll have it up on Facebook, on the Facebook accounts, on the socials, on X and on Instagram. But Grackles, man, they're doing it for me.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to check. We'll have to tune into that and check them out. Yeah, I think that kind of approach is kind of important right now because, like, I'm sure you've talked about it with other people. I don't really have anything super new to say, but this whole thing with AI music, like, people are craving authenticity because, like, I mean, it feels like it's only been like 6 months of all this AI art.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's been 60 years at the same time. Like,
yep.
And I think between that and everything going on with Spotify and TikTok and everything else, like, I think I don't know what he means by that.
Well, he actually posted that about 5 minutes ago. So
okay. Like, wow, he really hates AI. But Casey keeps saying stuff. I keep losing my train of thought. Just like what happens in real life too.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah, like I think it's really important to just really to do things like as real as you can, and to just kind of go back to I don't even know what to call it, like, not lack of polish, but like using as much real stuff as you can, going back to using real amps and just, like, just stuff like that, at least in the studio, like in your art. Like, I think that's just something that there's definitely going to be a crowd that's going to be fine with if music is AI generated, or if everything's kind of more cookie cutter, and there's definitely going to be people that want it the other way too. And like there's a band kind of like what you were talking about with Grackle, that they're called Shaky Graves.
Okay.
And I'm not really a big Southern country guy. Like, I have some people that I like, But there's something about this guy. Like sometimes he has a band, sometimes he is the band, and he's playing 4 instruments at the same time. And there's something about, and he has so much southern drawl, and usually that drives me nuts, but there's something about him that I just can't look away whenever he's playing. I can't get his songs out of my head. Like he's just really, really real and really, really raw and just really fun. Like just, I don't know, like he just has so much energy, and he he's just cool. He does like a drop D acoustic cover of Kiss the Girl from Little Mermaid. He recorded it in a bowling alley. And he did 2 of his songs at an EDM festival, and everybody's dressed like butterflies and like weird acid trippy kind of things. Then he gets up and he does this really fast-paced, aggressive country blues thing with like an old Gibson, like whatever those really big hollow bodies with the single cut are. And him, one foot's doing the kick and the other foot's doing the snare, and he's doing like aggressive finger picking with a ton of distortion. None of it should sound good at all. Right. It should all sound like a mess, but he has the crowd just transfixed on him for 10 minutes straight.
Sure. So what's the name again?
Shaky Graves.
Shaky Graves.
Yes, sir.
I hope I get this spelled correctly.
Yeah, it should be Shake with a Y and then Graves with an S.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, the whole AI thing. I don't know if you heard my show a couple of weeks ago with Gail Bird out of Charleston, South Carolina, but we started talking about that. And you know, I kind of came at it from a negative point of view here, and I still come at it with a negative point of view. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not a fan of it. I've never really been much on. Let's just put it this way. I believe music should be generated from the human heart.
Sure.
But there are those, and this is what they pointed out to me, where it can be kind of a neat tool for the layman who's not a musician, and they want to take a stab at making music in some way, but they don't play an instrument, they don't sing, they don't, So, for example, if you've got somebody, they made the, he said that he's got a friend that it deals with PTSD because of experiences. I believe he was in the military or something like that. He's a vet, and he wants to express himself, and he wants to do that through music, but he's not a musician.
Sure.
So he's been able to do that via AI, and I can see where that is, a legit, thing. And if he's doing that for himself, if he's just doing that for his friends, for his, his immediate circle, that's great. If he's putting it out there and just saying, this is the only way I can do it, I think that's legit too. And another thing that they pointed out was, you get other people like this where, they could be spending their time, in a casino. They could be, blowing away time on just some pursuit that isn't worthwhile. But you get a guy sitting in his truck during lunchtime, or he's in between gigs, he's working 2 jobs. So what does he do in between? Well, yeah, I'm not a musician, but I want to express myself through music. So this is a viable way for them to do that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, like I think like as like a jumping off point, and like if it helps people have better mental health or better
helps them heal.
Yeah. But like I also kind of think like I think anybody can kind of play something, and like that doesn't mean that Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh has strong opinions. He's a good friend of ours too. He's also from Connecticut, but he's in Point now. But
Welcome, Josh.
I think he's been a couple episodes. Me and him have been in the chat a couple times, but
Aw, I love you, Zach.
like I also think like it's okay to do something like to make bad art, like if that's, or like to make, I guess I should say like beginner art, or play an instrument at a beginning level, or because like there's also drum circles, and there's musician meetups, and there's open mics and jams and stuff that's kind of more about human community and stuff too. So there's always that too, but like yeah, it's, I don't want to say like anybody can't, if it, I think there's a different level between somebody doing it on their own and then somebody saying, well, I'm this artist now and I have 1 million streams because I have 1 million AI bots listening to my AI art.
Yeah.
I demand to be taken seriously as an artist. And that's kind of where it's like a little bit frustrating.
Yeah. Well, I think for those of us that, have had the benefit of growing up without AI and without all the tech, and, you put your nose to the grindstone, you woodshed it on your instrument, and, that's the way you did it. You learned it, and if you had the benefit of having, music classes in school, whether that be choir, guitar, band, whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think we've got a good appreciation for what goes into really making music. And, I would hope that there would be some kind of filter in place. Is Spotify or YouTube or any of that, which basically says, how honest are people going to be? It comes down to, are they really going to say, yeah, AI generated or partially AI generated? But for me, there's nothing like music that is just coming from somebody's heart. I think Bruce Cockburn said it best. I mean, he said something to the effect that, music generated by, samplers and this and that and the other thing, by the technology, it doesn't have anything behind it. But yet when you're playing, when you're expressing yourself with your instrument, with your voice, through dance, through, some artistic endeavor like that, then that has something to it.
Yeah. And I think it's like, the thing is, like, all this stuff is coming out when live ticket prices, live music experiences, like the prices for them keep going up and up and up, and people keep paying it anyways. Like, I don't want to say how much I would spend to see the Killers in the front row, or to see Paul McCartney for the second time, or
It's true. We did get kicked out of the library for laughing.
Taylor Swift makes $1 billion every other day with her ticket sales, and people are still paying it. Like, people still want that experience, and like, I don't know that that's ever going to go away. I don't think that you can just, I mean, I don't know what it would even look like if you had like a band full of like literal robots just pretending to mime instruments, or if it's just tracks. And like tracks, but like there's EDM DJs and they put on a great show and they do, and they get a lot of people. But I don't think that desire is ever going to go away. And like I think COVID really taught us that. Like Josh, who's in the chat, I'm gonna embarrass him. He's an incredible piano player. He's actually on our EP that we sell at our shows. We did acoustic versions of all of our original songs, and he played piano for one of them. And he's a breathtakingly beautiful piano player. And he came over, I think it was like late 2021, early 2022, when everything was kind of sort of getting back to normal. And we were all playing games and eating pizza and stuff. I was practicing a guitar part.
You had pizza?
Always have pizza. And he went over to my grandma's 1946 Gulbranson piano that hasn't been tuned in 90 years. Mm-hmm. And actually, I think once we moved it back to our new house, it was more in tune from getting banged up in the trailer than it was before it left. And he sat down and just played, and we all just stopped playing our games. We all just stopped talking to each other, and we just kind of sat there and listened. And it was just like that noise of the piano going against the wall and vibrating through the room, and all just being there and not knowing what he was going to play next. Like that. Like we were almost like emotional from it. It was just like, wow, like mm-hmm. I missed this. Like,
yeah,
I've been to 2 concerts in the last 2 years, and I usually go to like 20 in 1 year, and just
we've done a lot of our own concerts.
We've done, yeah, but like at that time, like coming after COVID, you know, like it's just you can't beat that. Like it's, you know, you can't replicate that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. You know, but it's one thing, I think, to go and see like big names and stuff and pay that kind of money. And I think one of the things that I think really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff was through doing the podcast. It forced me to get out and explore the local music community.
Sure.
You know, and when I say local, I'm talking, you know, here in Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, but, you know, in also just to be more aware of what's going on statewide and maybe even in the upper Midwest. And it's just really kind of, it's interesting. Some of the submissions that I get from people that want to be on Into the Music, and they're coming out of the woodwork from, again, from Austin, Texas, from Charleston, South Carolina, from, you know, New Hampshire, from California, from, you know, all over the place. And it's incredible the amount of really good music that's just being produced by indie artists just on a local scale.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the stuff that I more or less gravitate to now. A lot of times. Now, I will confess that in the last week, Lynyrd Skynyrd's been my jam.
Fair enough.
Nice.
That used to be my favorite band.
And so, you know, the local scene, you know, if you're here in Northeast Wisconsin, get out and check out local music. You know, like Nick and Sandi, I mean, they put on a great show. You know, when John Anomaly and 7,000 Apart are in back here, you know, they always put on a great show.
Yeah.
And there's such a wide variety of styles and stuff that, you know, you would think, oh, you know, podunk, you know, Northeast Wisconsin, everybody's got an acoustic guitar and that's it. No, not in the least.
No, we did an open jam at in Green Bay. We have this place called the Raz, used to be called Razzmatazz.
Mm-hmm.
What also is really cool is it's right across the street from a music shop where the guy, I forget, Tim, I think his name is Tim. But Luthier's Workshop is the name of the place, and he sells instruments, but he also builds his own guitars. That's where Jasper. Oh yeah, you play Jasper. That's right. Yeah, right down from where they manufacture it. There's this little tiny club, little tiny bar called Raz, and we did an open jam. Our bass player and us went, and we were like, well, hopefully they have a drummer because we're going without a drummer. So hopefully somebody shows up.
Mhm.
And they're just regular guys, like they do cover band stuff on the weekends, but they are amazing musicians. And we had so much fun just going and playing random songs that we had never played before. Sandy, some songs I don't think she ever heard before. And
Just like, here it goes.
and like those types of people are just kind of everywhere. Like
I remember that.
oh yeah, that was the Green Bay, the teen band scene in the 2010s. We had
Good
a friend.
times.
They had a stage box that you would stand up and jump off of and stuff, and they had lights built into it, and they weren't built very well. And foot went through, and he almost fell off. Yeah. So I don't know how AI is gonna endanger themselves on stage like we do.
It won't be as fun.
Yeah.
There won't be any accidents.
But the other guy I should kind of link you up with. Have you had John Justice on yet?
No. No.
So I think he's native born Australian.
Mhm.
He lived in Wisconsin for a while. I think he lived in a couple parts of the States, but he was in Wisconsin for a while in Madison area. And now he's back in Australia, but he's like the nicest, most positive guy, and he's got a beautiful voice, and he's crazy guitar player, crazy songwriter, and he has a band called the Justice Trio, and they're over in Australia, and they've done everything themselves, and he's just so freaking good too. He's another friend of John Omley's. He played bass with him for a little bit, yeah, there's just people like that everywhere.
Yeah. My friend Jamie Belcom down there in the Australian outback. Dude, if you're watching this, hook up with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's so cool. And yeah, he's got some crazy stories too. But yeah. But yeah, Sandy's getting back to the influence thing.
Any trampolines to your set? Do you want to tell that story?
No. No.
We did do that once.
Yeah, we got kicked out of the festival for it.
No, we didn't get kicked out of the festival.
We got banned
We
from
had
playing there
the
in the future.
trampolines got removed from the stage in our set.
Yeah, we were going to put trampolines on stage as a punk band.
Alec,
so
you can come and start a mosh pit at our. He's talking about a mosh pit. He can come and start one. That'd be fun.
Not at Epic Center, not for the
I was gonna
show.
say Epic, and then
Yeah.
like, wait, like the ones they have coming up are like acoustic or like.
Can we go back to Manitowoc?
Yes.
Yeah. So we coming from like the church thing, it was always a little bit like your amp's too loud, that was too loud, the drums are too loud.
Mhm.
And so going into different places and stuff, like it's been the opposite where it's like, oh, can you
Turn it up.
do more of that distortion stuff? Can the drums go louder? Which kind of a little bit of a shock for me.
Yeah.
So it seems like whenever we do heavier songs, people kind of get into it a little bit more.
Mhm.
We started doing like a heavier version of Zombie by the Cranberries. And it seems like every time we do that,
Yes, I remember that slow-mo wall of death.
the crowd seems to really respond to that. And like, I'm kind of the more pop melody guy, and Sandy's she's obsessed with this band called The Warning. Have you heard of them?
Mm-mm.
So it's three sisters from Mexico. From Monterey. They played the video game Rock Band together growing up, and that led them to forming a real band when they were like, they're all different ages, but I think when the oldest was like 14 or 15, they did a cover of Enter Sandman by Metallica. I think it was James Hetfield reposted. It might have been Lars. It's one of the two of them. It's always one of the two of them. They reposted it. That kind of jump-started their career, and they are just dominating rock music right now.
Wow.
And it's sometimes they have their roadie come out and play drums because they all sing and play at the same time, and they let the drummer come out and be a lead singer for a couple. And but otherwise, it's just the three of them, and like very minimal tracks, which I love coming up with tracks and arrangements and synths and stuff. But like it's mostly just them and PRS guitar player, artist, and big giant drum set, and they're all like in their early 20s, so they're all really little, but there's so much sound coming out of them, and she is
I love them.
obsessed. And they're pretty heavy.
Yeah, they are.
um,
I like rock a lot. I don't know. I've been into that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't, it's interesting because when you said it was three sisters, and all of a sudden, this is how warped I am. Have you ever heard of the Shags?
I don't think so.
They you got to look them up on YouTube. SHAGGS.
Okay.
And three sisters who made quite possibly the absolute worst album ever recorded.
Oh no.
And yet there is this cult following. I mean, they recorded this thing, I think, back in the 60s, I think it was, 60s, early 70s. And I mean, you can tell from the cover, this thing's going to be hideous. And
oh no.
And you listen to it, and they can't keep a beat. They can't, the instruments are out of tune. Everything is just, but they're all originals, and they meant it. I mean, they meant it from the heart. They were being totally serious. And for some reason, and they still get together and play, and people turn out to see them.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
I'm looking up some of the artwork on the side as you're talking about it. Ooh. That one's, or what? Shags Our Thing is the one that I'm looking at. All right.
Thing.
Shag's Own Thing. Okay. Light in
The
the
title
Attic.
is hard to read.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm very curious what they say.
We might have to listen to a song by them.
Yeah.
Did you see Casey said we need to write a rap verse?
I don't think either of us can pull up rap.
Casey could maybe guest star, and he could do the rap part.
She loves Linkin Park, and we can never do Linkin Park because we can never. The rap part, when we try to do it, just sounds awkward and bad. So, just
have to practice it. We could get good at rapping.
There's only so much practice you can do. But
yeah. Well, folks, it's we're just over an hour here and stuff, but so let's just kind of go back again. Now you're going to be at Epic Center on Saturday and playing with Nelson,
Matthew and Gunnar Nelson.
Yep, Matthew and Gunnar.
Mm-hmm. Sons of Ricky Nelson.
Yep. Doors open at 6:30. It is a ticketed show, so get your tickets in advance.
EpicGreenBay.com.
Yep, we'll be doing our live loop set, which is super cool because between the two of us, we play 4 or 5 different instruments.
Something like that.
Sandi is her own backup singer. I turned my guitar into a bass.
I could do a park verse.
She might do some rap verses. We'll see.
Come and find out. Get your ticket.
Yeah, so that'll be super cool. We're just doing the opener set, so we have a shorter set. So we're just doing. They specifically asked for 80s and 90s style stuff, so we're just doing the best songs out of all those.
Mm-hmm.
It's
gonna be so fun. We're so excited.
Yeah,
cool. And then you've got the new single dropping pretty soon.
I hope so. You had a couple setbacks with that, but I think we're going to end up producing that ourselves. I think that's what I've learned over the last year is just do it yourself.
Do you have a targeted drop date for that?
Probably
May.
I kind of want our other one to come up first just so I can get a little bit of practice. I have gotten really attached to this one, so like I really want to make sure that I do a good job with it. I mean, I don't know, should we just set one now so we have one?
So this is when it's coming out.
Like, I don't know. I think May, maybe
I was thinking May.
May.
Yeah,
Okay.
like May.
That means we have to release another one in like March or April.
Oh goodness.
All right.
We can do
But
it.
that's gonna be cool. So Carly, who plays drums with us a lot, she's the usual drummer. I can't think of words. The main drummer for John Amelie for 7,000 Apart. She's a saxophone major. I'm gonna hype her up. I still haven't heard her play saxophone in person yet, but I think she's, instead of me doing a guitar solo on this one, we're gonna have her do a sax solo and kind of change things up a little bit. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So that should be cool. And then, yeah, we have a couple other ideas that we gotta work out and hopefully get back to doing more originals, because that was the plan last year, but then we ended up moving into a house like dead center in the middle of gig season, while Sandi was doing music full time and a full time job. So that was like, all right, we just need to survive.
Right.
We had a Swedish exchange student
living with us too.
Max.
He moved in like 3 days after we did.
Yeah, and he's a super cool guy, but he was
my gosh, yeah.
very wanted to see everything and do everything. So he was. But yeah, so that's our goal this year, is to get back into doing a lot more original stuff and kind of figuring out who we are.
Cool. And then you've got that gig at the Roxy in Madison, full band show, March 27th.
Yep.
You heard it here first before our band did.
Plan on taking your day trip to Madison that day, folks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that'll be a good one. It'll be so fun.
Cool. Very cool. Well, just kind of coming up on Into the Music. Like I said, tomorrow I've got the show with Grackles with Noah Litt dropping. Tune into that one, folks. You're just gonna be blown away by this band's music. I swear. And in February we've got coming up Becca Murray from Madison. She was just up here in Green Bay last week, and she dropped in a 6-song EP that is some great indie pop stuff. And she's also she's got Sandi. This girl can rock. I swear. She's fronting a cover band in Madison called Atomic Blonde, and I tell you, they do Working Man by Rush, and it is good. So
We have to check them out.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
So we got Becca Murray. I've got Dan Hubbard from Bloomington, Illinois. Dan has just got this very cool combination of singer-songwriter and old like 60s soul vibe. I mean, it's just loved listening to his stuff and talking with him. Country artist Jake Gill, and then on the 25th, I don't know if anybody online here was able to catch it on Friday, but Into the Music was on Local 5 Live with Lisa Malik and Melaine Wells. And if Lisa and Melaine, if you're watching, thank you for having me on. Thank you for having Austin Skalecki and Hunter Gatherer on as well. That was a good time Friday. So I turned the tables on them and I interviewed them after we got done with Local 5 Live.
Perfect.
Wow.
So that's coming up on February 25th. And then we have, let me see here. I gotta get back to things here, but just a reminder, Sunday is at 8:00. We've got select shows of Into the Music on 91.1 The Avenue. And you can find that you can stream it at avenueradio.com, use their mobile app, or if you're in Northeast Wisconsin, just tune in. FM's not dead, folks. And then Saturdays on Rebound Internet Radio in Berlin, New Hampshire, soon to be in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
My good friend Al, if you catch this, mend well, mend quickly, my friend. He had a little surgery this morning. So sending prayers up for you, or for you, Al. And but Al is got a great thing going. This is a streaming radio station, so I encourage you to check out Rebound Internet Radio. So, but folks, Nick and Sandi, thank you so much for coming on tonight and just hanging out. It was great just to chat.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
sir.
fun.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us. It was really fun.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best with Matthew and Gunnar coming up on Saturday. And
Thank you.
folks, go over to the Epic Event Center website, get those tickets, and catch a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
We're super excited. And
Very
so is my
excited.
mother.
All right, folks. Well, we got a few more. There we go.
March 27th.
March 27th in Madison.
27. That's how fast we're going to go.
That's the Madison, the Roxy show. Yeah.
Yep.
Excited for that
Okay.
one. Jesse.
Riborgi?
Liberty?
Liberty?
Liberty. Awesome. Thank you guys, everyone who's been commenting. This has been really
Thanks for
fun.
doing this.
I love how active the chat was tonight. This has been great. And folks, if you want to listen to Into the Music, all of the episodes are up there, including the one I did with Nick and Sandi. And I believe that's from back in November of 23.
So long ago.
Yep.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like that long ago, but
Yeah, but you can go to intothemusicpodcast.com and just hit the listen here button. And I've got both the current episode, and right now that would be Austin Skalecki, and but I've got like a virtual jukebox of almost every Into the Music show up there. So you can scroll through that. This is a great place to discover new music, new artists, and even, learn some stuff outside of, for example, my sponsor, Dr. Hannah Vermella's Droik of Melody Audiology. Hannah, thank you so much for your sponsorship of Into the Music. I mean, she's become a friend, but someone that I can go to because being an audiologist, and I'm getting to be more and more of an advocate for taking care of your ears, thanks to Hannah. And I've had her on the show a couple times, and folks, listen to it all. Find something new, learn something, and I hope you just enjoy it too. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in. I certainly appreciate you being here tonight. Nick and Sandi, all the best to you. I hope that gig on Saturday just goes down so good.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We do too.
Okay, folks, have a good night, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good night.
Bye.